Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Amid growing outrage nationwide tonight, police arrest a Georgia father and son who shot and killed a man who was out jogging in his neighborhood.
As both Ohio and Indiana move to reopen, Governor Whitmer extends her stay-at-home order by another 2 weeks, running now through May 28th.
But we begin with a big change in the forecast.
Yeah, after a mostly sunny, very comfortable week, cold weather moving back into Metro Detroit. Andrew's in for Ben tonight. What do we expect as we head into a Mother's Day weekend, Andrew?
Well, Kim and Devin, we can expect Arctic air to move in, and that starts tonight. I mean, we already have some temperatures already near the freezing mark. Here, take a look up close and personal. 34 degrees right now for our friends in Port Huron. Make sure those furnaces are working. Pets, potted plants, make sure they're indoors. 44 degrees at Metro Airport. That's a 10-degree difference, but we'll be in the 30s as well before tonight is over. Good looking night though, temperature of 44 degrees under partly to mostly cloudy skies. It was gusty earlier, wind gusts have died down, but wind still a respectable 12 miles per hour, and that will blow some of the colder air in here. Take a look for yourself how temperatures plunge by morning, all the way down to the middle 30s here in town, around 35, 36 degrees, but not that far north and west of the city, out toward Ann Arbor, in our north zone, even in parts of Oakland and Livingston counties, we're looking at temperatures closer to the freezing mark by dawn. And it remains dry overnight, though. So as the big chill settles in, I think we'll stay away from the record here in the city, which is 30 degrees tomorrow, set back in 1976. But Saturday morning, we'll be below freezing, even right here in Motown. That record, 29 degrees. We'll talk about how close we get to that in your Mother's Day weekend forecast. And before that, we're still talking about a few snowflakes before tomorrow is over. That, but also some good news, some higher temperatures coming up.
Okay, Andrew. With several states moving to reopen, today Michigan reporting nearly 600 new cases of the virus and 93 new deaths.
Today's headlines: Governor Whitmer extending the stay-at-home order now through May 28th. The governor also moving, though, to reopen manufacturing. That starts Monday, clearing the big three to resume work in auto plants. Other headlines: all summer camps in Michigan for the Boy Scouts now officially canceled. That announcement coming late tonight.
Jason Colthorpe joins us live. Excuse me. And Jason, the governor's extension didn't come as a complete surprise, but we now know the order will be in effect through Memorial Day weekend.
Right. That's the bummer, Kim, for sure. But it's not a surprise when you look at the numbers. And you're mentioning other states. That's what a lot of Michiganders are doing, looking around the country at other states opening up, like Indiana, like Ohio. But when you look at those states, Michiganders have to remember, Michigan has twice as many cases as those states and 4 times as many deaths. It's better to look at Illinois, which has 30,000 more cases, 1,000 fewer deaths, and yet they're already closed to the end of the month. And if you want to look at restaurants, they won't open in that state until at least June 26th. People around Ferndale will be humming "Don't Stand So Close to Me" and a few other social distancing favorites for at least another 3 weeks. Despite positive signs like the TCF Center and some hospitals closing their COVID units, Governor Gretchen Whitmer extended the state's stay-at-home order to May 28th.
Now, I want to be very clear. COVID-19 is still present in Michigan. It is present in 79 out of 83 counties. And that's why it's terribly important that we not let our guard down now, that we consider this a very real threat, because it is.
Reaction was immediate.
I wasn't really that surprised.
To be honest, I was totally disappointed. I was happy.
The governor laid out a plan of 6 phases and believes right now we're only halfway through it.
I think the stay-at-home order should be extended for as long as it needs to be extended for to keep everybody safe.
I think I was planning on staying in anyway for a few more weeks.
Some people welcomed the news.
And I think playing it safe is
better than playing it sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Others?
I think more people are angry at the governor abusing her power or whatnot.
Not so much. Do you think she's abusing her power by extending this?
I think she's a bit aggressive, yeah.
Thank you. And for many businesses like restaurants, it's an extra 2 weeks of frustration.
You want to be frustrated, you want to be pissed off, but it's tough to be frustrated and pissed off because you know nobody has the real right answer.
So we're at phase 3 right now. Phase 4 of the governor's plan is about improving those numbers, deaths, cases, hospital admissions. And if you listen to Mayor Mike Duggan talk about Michigan's hardest hit city, Detroit, well, the city is right there right now. Phase 5 is about containing those numbers and keeping them on the decline. Michigan as a state, as a whole, getting there, but according to the governor, not there just yet. Reporting live tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Okay, thank you, Jason. And meanwhile, south of us in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine releasing his plan to reopen the state, and it's a big difference from where we are. On May 15th, hair salons, barber shops, day spas, and nail salons can open. Restaurants will also be allowed to open with outdoor dining only. Then on May 21st, restaurants can begin to offer inside dining. Bars will also be allowed to open. The state says groups at restaurants and bars will be limited to 10 people, and each group will be separated by 6 feet or a physical barrier.
Well, this is the video that has gone viral across the country, and tonight a Georgia father and son have been arrested and charged with the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot and killed back in February while he was jogging through his neighborhood. Mara McDonald live at the Spirit of Detroit tonight. And Mara, people who have seen the video are outraged, but one Detroit running club is trying to channel their anger.
They are, Devin. It's called We Run 313, and they tomorrow are hosting a virtual run in honor of him. And the two founders of the club are starting here at the Spirit, but realize because of the pandemic, everybody can't run together. So they ask, if you want to join their virtual run of 2.23, join on in. Let me explain why.
It's meditative therapy for me first, because I get the time to actually be alone with my thoughts and be alone with the things that happen in my life.
Joe Robinson on what running means to him as one of the founders of the We Run 313 running club. He came to distance running as an adult.
Yeah, when I first saw the video of Ahmaud being gunned down, I really didn't want to talk about it. But a few people in the run club, they did talk about it. And everybody's in disbelief. It's totally disgusting. It's totally disturbing.
Ahmaud is Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot to death in February of this year while on a jog through his Georgia neighborhood. This week, the cell phone video capturing his killing at the hands of two white men, with a third being the one shooting the cell phone video, got out. On it, you see the 25-year-old on his usual route running. And as he tries to get around a white pickup truck with Father Gregory McMichael and his son Travis in it, they attack and shoot and kill him. This happened on February 23rd, and it took until the release of this video that this case has seen any action. Just tonight, the McMichaels have been arrested in Georgia, as the Georgia State Attorney, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and FBI are now involved. The McMichaels told police they thought Arbery looked like someone who had been seen on surveillance video at a home that was under construction, where some items had gone missing, and wanted to confront him. They called 911 to say a black man was running down the street, but didn't elaborate on why that was an emergency. The video has struck a painful chord, especially with African American distance runners, which is why We Run 313 is holding a virtual run tomorrow to run 2.23. Arbery was killed on February 23rd. You think that could be you?
The possibility is there because me and Ahmaud share so many similarities.
Back here live, Arbery was not armed. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Yeah. All right, Mara.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan saying the city of Detroit just received another big donation that includes 300,000 surgical masks.
Any place where there's a gathering, we're in a position to provide masks to people who don't have them. I just continue to see people on the street every day in the city being disciplined and wearing their masks, and you can see the results.
Mayor Duggan revealing today the last patient at the TCF Center has been discharged and the field hospital is officially closed. It will, though, remain on standby if it's needed again.
Tonight, President Trump says he has tested negative for COVID-19 both yesterday and today. It comes after a White House military valet whose job included serving the president meals has tested positive for the virus.
We all believe in tests. We have the best tests in the world. but they were tested. I believe they're tested on a weekly basis. I just had a test, as you probably heard. In fact, I had one yesterday and I had one today, and it's negative. Mike just had a test and it's negative. But they do the tests, and it just shows you that the fallacy, it's what I've been saying. Testing is not a perfect art. No matter what you do, testing is not a perfect art.
Well, a White House official said the valets do not wear masks. The president said his valets actually usually do wear them. TSA announcing its employees must wear facial protection while at security checkpoints.
The agency says the move to require TSA officers to wear facial coverings will be implemented over the coming days to help fight the spread of coronavirus. The agency also says passengers wearing masks or facial coverings through security may be asked to temporarily lower the mask for security reasons, such as to verify a passenger's identity or if the alarm sounds on screening equipment. All right, still ahead, hospitals seeing cases of rare complications of COVID-19 in children.
Yeah, the alert now being sent to doctors here in Metro Detroit coming up. But coming up first, a local business owner struggling to pay rent and a landlord facing bills too. Both sides worried about how this pandemic will impact their future. Next.
No time, no problem. I'm going to show you a 5-minute workout you can do from home for Fitness Friday tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.